Okay, so it looks like the recording service is working. And you'll see a small delay on my screen. I was testing this earlier today, and it was going a little bit slow. Okay, there we are. Okay, it's today's group session, Tuesday, September 21st. We're going to go ahead and get started here in a second. If I can get my screen to... There you go. Okay, what I wanted to do is just review the basic rules real quick. We've got a total of 2 hours to put this together. We may end usually about an hour and 15 minutes. It may go an hour and a half. I think the amount of material we're going to cover today should take us for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on how many questions we have at the end. What I'm going to do today is we're going to do probably up to about an hour, and then we'll break for a few questions, and then that way it'll give us a little bit more time to go through some of the questions instead of trying to push them on to the following session. Again, basic rules again, question must be relevant to what we're covering today. If you have a question, instant message me your question through Gmail. And again, my Gmail address is coaching1on1@gmail.com. Okay, and then, like I said, we'll try to answer as many questions as we can as we go along, or we'll save it towards the end. It really depends on how many questions I get. Last Thursday, we only got a handful of questions, so either I did a good job explaining it, or I didn't go too fast. One of the two. Keep an open mind. Remember, there's a lot of ways that we can do a lot of different things. We're going to show you a couple of things today on specifically creating a list and then finding content for your website. I'm going to kind of show you how I do it, and then you'll understand how I come up with some articles that I come up with. Obviously, we're muted already. If you have an emergency or you have a situation, you can unmute yourself by clicking *6. That'll unmute only you. And then, of course, you want to hit *5 to mute yourself again. Again, whenever you're in question of trying to find something, Google it. It's the fastest and easiest way. I'll give you a couple of examples of what I did this morning when I was designing a website for a client earlier today, and I walked him through how to do that, and he was actually surprised how easy it was to find what he was looking for. All right, next screen. I wanted to kind of go through a couple of... go ahead. Hey, Ed. Uh-oh. Interesting. You should be able to see my screen. What you might have to do is log out and then log back in. Yeah, try. All right, good enough. Sorry about that. Okay, I wanted to review what we covered at the end of the last session, primarily because I had people ask questions after the session was over, and they were a little bit confused with some of the things that we're trying to walk through. And one of the biggest questions I had was, why would I want to add, edit, or modify the header? There's a couple of reasons why we do that. It doesn't mean that you have to edit or add or modify a header on your website, but oftentimes what happens is if you have a logo, a company logo, or an image that you would like to put on your website, that's one way of doing it. The second reason why you do it is because sometimes you can put a banner ad up there. I've done that with a couple of other websites where a particular web design company has a real nice banner, and I was able to get that banner with their affiliate link, and I added it to my header, and it looked really cool, and I have a lot of people who are clicking on it. So keep in mind that the reason why we add, edit, or modify a header is primarily for sales purposes. You want your logo, you're trying to showcase your logo, you're trying to showcase a heading, you're trying to showcase an image maybe. Maybe you're a gardener and you